What is the number one thing that determines profitability in the markets? It's your psychology. Your strategy can work the best it's ever worked. You can feel the best you ever had. If you are not right mentally in the markets, then you are not going to succeed even a little bit. Over trading and over leveraging your accounts and only risking 1-to-1, you're not going to see any profitability, whether that's demo, live, or on a eval or a funded account. You need to understand why what you're doing is not working for you. You need to understand how to change it, and you need to understand that psychology is the most important thing. Then you're not going to fix your psychology in the markets by saying in the markets. You're going to fix it outside of the markets. But trust me, there's something in this video that will help you, and there's something here that you have not heard before. And just stay around to the second and third tip, because those are the two things that will help you in your journey. Now, revenge trading is something that I find doesn't happen very often in people who are further along in their journey, just because they realize how much of an issue it is. But essentially, revenge trading is when you try and make back the money you lost on a prior trade or the day before, just because you're afraid of missing out on those profits. So let's write that down. Why is revenge trading a problem? The issue with revenge trading is when you try and make back the money you lost, that becomes your main focus. Your main focus should be doing the best trades that you can and find the best setups that you can. It should never, ever, ever be, oh shit, I lost this amount of money, I need to get it back. So you're thinking about the money. You're no longer thinking about trading, you're thinking about the money and the returns. So why should we not revenge trade? Well, we should not revenge trade because it ruins our mindset. Again, the last thing you want to happen in trading in general is changing that mindset from, okay, I need to find the best trading setups, the best days I want to trade. I need to be focused on trading itself rather than the outcomes. Is switching that to, oh shit, I lost this amount of money, I need to make that money back. Oh shit, I lost so much money this day, I now need to focus on making the money back that I lost today or yesterday, and that becomes your whole mindset. And then you're just chasing trading. You want to go in the markets not wanting to find a setup, but the market gives you setups so good that you just have to say yes to it. Next thing that I want to touch on is not hesitating. Whenever you hesitate, what ends up happening is you find a setup that you like, find one that fits your strategy ideally, and then once you cross the bridge of almost being able to buy or sell, you chicken out because you don't want to do it, or you're like, oh, I gotta wait for this next other confluence, or you start adding things to the list because you're not confident enough in your strategy. And what hesitation does is you're basically psyching yourself out of thinking your strategy is good. Now, inherently, thinking your strategy doesn't work is a bad thing, because when you're not trusting your strategy, you're going to end up losing trades if you don't trust the strategy that you're trying to trade with. So let's break hesitation down. What is hesitation? When you struggle to execute a trade. Now, how do we fix hesitation? Well, the one thing I would recommend is backtesting. If you can backtest your strategy over and over and over again to the point where you know for sure that the setup specifically you are looking at works, that's your edge. Stop trying to add things to that. If you find your strategy, never ever add more things unless it's some confluence that you know would improve your game. I just recently added SMTs, right? That is a very statistically backed thing that works. However, if your strategy that you're using works for every setup that you get, just use that one. Don't add other things. You are going to make the process way longer. Way longer. So, what can we say? How to fix it. Back test your strategy and believe in your setups. That is how you fix hesitation. You need to backtest your strategy, and you need to believe in your setups and believe in what you are using is going to work. Because if you don't believe in it, then there's no point in even trying. Okay, so this one's something that I personally struggled with. I no longer struggle with it as much anymore, but sometimes I still fall into it. There's something called analysis paralysis, both when you're backtesting and doing some market insight or some analysis research, whatever you want to call it. You get too caught up in the research and the analysis that you end up paralyzing yourself into thinking that what you're doing is not working, and you stay in the backtest mode, stay in analyzation mode until you get out of it. And that paralysis is what is going to keep you so mentally fucked over because you are constantly thinking about, oh my god, I did this wrong, oh I did this wrong. But analysis paralysis happens when you can't come to a conclusion and you sit there for hours, days, or even weeks trying to figure something out or trying to make something work because you can't accept that it doesn't work. Let's write this down. Analysis paralysis. What is analysis paralysis in a short-term definition? Trying to justify a failed strategy in the form of backtesting / analysis. Again, backtesting is not bad, but backtesting is bad, and backtesting makes no sense when you know your strategy works. There's not a fucking point in backtesting when you know your strategy works for whatever setup you use. And until it doesn't work, then you can go backtest. And the only time you should be backtesting when your strategy works is in case you find a use case for a new confluence. Then you backtest trying to add the confluence, that way you're not risking capital. Even then, you use a demo account so you don't risk your own capital when you're adding confluence. There's not a use case for backtesting whenever you have your strategy that works. If you have a strategy that works, stop fucking backtesting. If you don't want analysis paralysis because you don't believe in your setup, that is what you do. That's how you fix it. Do not add confluences to a working strategy. Only if there is a good specific use case. That is how you fix analysis paralysis. Well, listen, I hope that helped, and I hope that those 3 tips kind of helped you sort out in case you're going through anything, helped you specify the issues that are going on in your trading world, and hopefully you can take them on from your journey. And I hope you can stick around for my journey as well by just following the channel, following my socials. All the links are in the description of my channel. I'll put them in the description of this video too to make it a little easier on you. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'm rooting.